Welcome back to the A-Star Sports Show. So today we have a lot to talk about with the World Cup final, for example. That's one topic that's going to be on today. Also, a really good baseball series between the Dodgers and Phillies. And then I've got, to end it all off, I've got a discussion talk about the mid-season for the Formula One. So I've got a wide range of sports and interest and fun games to talk about. So let's get our show on the road. So first off, we'll talk about the FIFA World Cup final. So it was between, obviously it was Argentina and Spain. And it was Spain had a formation of 4-1-2-3, which is kind of different than most these days. It had obviously Rodri in the one in the DM spot, and then the two centre mids, and then you had the wides with Yamal, and I forget who the other guys on the other side, and then the attacker in the middle. And then obviously Argentina had the 4-4-2 with Messi up front, and I think I'm not sure who was the other attacker, Marin Martinez or something like that, or I'm not sure, I can't remember now. But there was a bad defense by Argentina at the beginning, nearly deflects to a Yamal twice for two attempts. One was saved. Then Lionel Messi then nearly gets free on goal, and Spanish goalkeeper comes out to protect the goal. So a little bit of uneven possession at the beginning. And then Spain gain a corner around the 11-minute mark. Nothing really comes of it. There's a McAllister hard tackle, but still the referee doesn't bring out a yellow card yet. Two fouls each at 14 minute mark, and still no cards. So it's been a bit chippy. I think it's more on the Argentina side being a bit chippy. DePaul gets a long free kick, becomes unsuccessful on the 16th minute mark. Getting a bit more into the game, looking like everyone is playing a bit safe, and a goal will come from more of a class event or like incident or a mistake. Like that's how it's looking. And after the first 30 minutes, there are more Spanish attempts than Argentinian, obviously. As we'll find out later, Argentina had very few chances in the whole game. The first yellow card comes to Lisandro Martinez, the defender, on a Spanish counter-attack foul around the 40th minute mark. Cucurella close shot out of the area at 42-minute mark. Lisandro Martinez subbed off for Otamendi, presumably, I think it was an injury, right before halftime. Spain obviously had more chances and possession during the first half, and it ends as a 0-0 at half-time. So half-time, Spain has had a lot more chances, more possession, and Argentina has had barely any chances. So coming into the second half, there's early turnovers for Argentina and giving Spain more chances. Physical incident over off the ball, push around 51st minute mark, yellow card to Paredes. Spain looking faster paced and having a lot more possession starting around the 53-minute mark. Another corner for Spain. So yeah, now Spain are obviously getting a lot more attempts and shots at goal. The game is getting a lot more interesting, more because Spain are having more chances and being more lively. And Argentina is just battling to stay in it, getting very physical with Spain. Halfway through second half, and Argentina has no shots. They will actually have no shots until I think around halfway through extra time, to go a bit further into the game. Spain sticking in attacking side of the field. Multiple corners gives Spain more chances. Argentina already done with sub-limit around 65th minute mark. Argentina goalkeeper been best player for Argentina. Yeah, he was saving pretty much most of the good attempts on goal. Messi was not really an influence on the game, probably all of the game actually, except for right at the end. It was 0-0 still at second half hydration break. After the hydration break, there's more possession and chances for Spain. Argentina still being very physical. 7 saves at the 77th minute mark by Argentina goalkeeper. Surprisingly, not many free kicks when the game has been pretty chippy. Ferran Torres chance at 86th minute mark. Didn't go in. Rodri had a wild shot at the 88th minute mark. Argentina and Spain have 2 chances, both on the counter in stoppage time. But I don't think Argentina's was on target, because I don't think they've had a shot or shot on target until this extra time. And then this is when things got a bit hairy. Enzo Fernandez gets his second yellow and is sent off for a late challenge, bringing Argentina down to 10 men. Spain then get a free kick in the middle of the field, right behind box at 96 minute mark of regular time. So this is in stoppage time of regular time. Martinez perfectly saves free kick with a broken finger to end the game at 0-0. And that was a Yamal free kick. So yeah, Yamal had his pretty good shot from his free kick saved. And it was a central shot in the middle, like not far from the penalty box. It was like a pretty decent area too. Especially compared to yesterday, the day before's game. This was definitely more for the football nerds, because it was a 0-0 final score and goes to extra time. And the game the day before, and obviously for the casual watchers. So for me, this was a very fun game. Nico Williams then had a header saved by Martinez at the 93rd minute mark of extra time. Spain at this point has had 16 shots and 11 on target, and Argentina has had 0 shots by the beginning of the extra time. There was a goal cancelled because of a foul in the build-up on Otamendi. I think his toe was stamped on. Martinez was also hurt after, but he still continued to play the game. Otamendi stayed on too, I think, and it was just cancelled off. It was a bit of a soft foul to take, and Otamendi kind of made the most of it, but yeah. Argentina then playing to get penalties, and Spain trying to finish in extra time. Then the last, second half, I think it was coming up to the second half of extra time, Mino had a chance that just misses the post at 102 minute mark. Scaloni, head coach of Argentina, has a yellow card for reaction to no foul on Argentina at one point. Ferran Torres scores in 106 minute with a banger from across. I can't remember who crossed it, that is kept in, but the header from Nico Williams brings it into play for Ferran Torres, who scores it with a very nice heavy shot into the back of the net. Scored on 20th shot of game for Spain. So that goal was scored on the 20th shot of the game for Spain. And Spain had 20 shots and 12 on target, with 0 shots for Argentina by the 108th minute mark of the game. Spain's passes completed at over double Argentina's around 111 minute mark. Yamal out on the break alone scores in 112 minute mark, but seemed to be slightly offside. Argentina drastic effort for any hopes in the last 10 minutes with 10 men. Messi going to a lot of Hail Mary kind of opportunities. Williams has opportunity for second and fails miserably at 115th minute mark. Marino blocks Messi's shot with face at 116 minute mark. Argentina definitely trying anything they can get on goal as chances. 5 minutes of stoppage time, of extra time left. Argentina free kick at 120-minute mark. Nothing really comes of it. Spain defend, free kick drastically to create corner. Another corner after first corner. Argentina very physical in box. The last chance for the last on one of the few chances for Argentina in the whole game. Simeone skies a shot at the 4 minutes of stoppage time left of game. It was probably the second shot of the entire game for Argentina. Spain give them free kick from an off the ball foul in the 122nd minute mark. And then there's another free kick in the last 30 seconds for Argentina. But all these free kicks, nothing really comes of them. And Spain win the World Cup final 1-0 in extra time. So that was basically the World Cup final in a nutshell. It was definitely for more of the sports head people, like the nuts of football more. But yeah, that was the final in a nutshell. It was definitely focused more on the football nutheads, as I said, and the football fans rather than the casual watcher, like the third place final was. But yeah, overall the World Cup has been pretty enjoyable, and I like seeing other people getting into football more. I'd like to see it continue after for some people, but I don't think that's going to happen as likely. Well, at least the casual watcher, but we'll see. All right, so now going on, changing topics to one of the best baseball series of this week between the Dodgers and the Phillies. I somewhat support the Phillies, but not really because I ever lived there or anything, just because I kind of like the team and I like the mascot and things like that. So that's mainly my reasoning behind it, not really anything else. And I hate the Dodgers, so there's that reason to watch this game. So the first game was a high-scoring game, a lot of runs. Ohtani was batting in the first inning, as he usually does for the Dodgers. Christopher Sanchez strikeouts Ohtani after 3 pitches. 5 pitches, everyone has swung, and 2 strikeouts, 2 hitters. Edman takes first ball. Edman hits foul. Edman hit by pitch, so he goes to the first. And Freeman hits to left midfield. 2 on base, 2 out for the Dodgers. Trey Turner bobbles and picks up error on soft Betts hit. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and luckily Turner redeems himself with a base out to end the inning. First base out to end the inning. So that was a lucky get out for the Phillies. Now the Phillies' first inning, Turner hits a far double to start Phillies inning on first pitch. Schwarber hit by pitch, goes to first. First and second on base, no outs. 1-1 on Harper. Sheehan, the yellow pitcher, looking really unsettled at first. But he ended up actually playing most of the game. Harper, fly ball out. Only 1 out so far. Tommy Edman scores a double play out to second and first. So that's the first inning for both the Phillies and the Dodgers done. 0-0 still. Dodgers come into bat for the second inning. Hernandez caught out in the corner near the wall. Alex Cole, swing and miss. Strikeout. 3 outs quick. Second inning for the Phillies. 1 on base, 1 out. 2 people on base. First and second. Phillies get run on a double. Bases have second and third. Sacrifice fly, RBI, 2-0 Phillies. Turner scores a 2-run homer. 4-0 Phillies. So yeah, by the end of the second inning for the Phillies, it was 4-0. And then third inning Dodgers, Ohtani up next. He got easy out. He was just not really ever in it in this series, which is surprising for Ohtani. Rincon's diving catch for Pages, out number 2. Edman hit by pitch again. 2 outs. Freeman batting at 4th. 3 strikes from 3 balls for Freeman. So that's the Dodgers out. Third inning, Phillies. First up, Harper, fly out. Second up, Bomb, easy infield out. And third up, Marsh, infield out. So yeah, that was a 1, 2, 3 out, easy out. Fourth inning for the Dodgers, Betts first up. Betts hits to first. Rojas hits to first. Mookie runs to third. Betts scores on Phillies double play, causing RBI sacrifice from Hernandez. 4-1 Phillies. Bases empty, called to bat. Turner doesn't stop, fast ground ball, called to first. Phillies challenge call and get third out on 9th hitter. Fourth inning for Phillies. It was just quick outs. Yeah, nobody really scored. Nothing was really that important to note there. The fifth inning for the Dodgers, Ohtani up, Sanchez still pitching, strikeout for Ohtani again. This is becoming the same thing over and over again. Midfield hit by Pages, goes to first, Edman up next. Philly attempt double play, but Edman gets to first. I think it might have been Turner again, I'm not really sure. Freeman up next, Harper stops hit. Oh, sorry guys. Freeman up next. Harper stops, hit at first, Freeman out. So that's the Dodgers out. Fifth inning, Phillies, Crawford hits a soft chop infield and gets to first before anyone can field it. Turner up next. Turner out on strikes after a 3-2 count. Crawford runs to second and is safe. Stolen base. Wow pitch. Crawford steals to third. 1 out, 1 on third. Turner then, boom, out quickly, no run. I guess that was just like, he ran to third for nothing, I guess. Sixth inning for Dodgers. Betts goes to first on midfield to left. Rojas 2-2. Phillies attempt double play. Betts out. Rojas safe at first. Yeah, Turner just really didn't have it this game. Most of the errors for like double plays and stuff were on Turner. Hernandez ground ball up the middle. Dodgers on first and second. Sanchez at 99 pitches, changing of pitcher. Max Muncy next to hit. Kerkering next pitcher. Max got up to 2-2 on pitches. Muncy hit to right outfield double. Run for Rojas. Dodgers second and third. 4-2 Phillies. Rushing up to hit. Way out throw from Kerkering. Ohtani next up to bat. Only 1 out. 3-2 rushing. Strikeout rushing. Okay, I'm getting stuck on my own notes here. Yeah, strikeout rushing, yeah. So next up to bat was Ohtani. There was only 1 hit out. Sorry, there was only 1 out. 3-2 to rushing on the pitches. Strikeout, rushing got struck out. And then Ohtani was an intentional walk, bases loaded. Pajas next up to bat. Turner, possible second error of the game, but I found out by the end of the game that he only ended up being counted for 1 error when he could have had like 4 in the whole game. 3-4 Phillies, bases loaded. This is getting to like scary territory. Outfield fly catch, Marsh catches, inning ended. So that was lucky out for the end of the inning. And then actually Marsh makes it even better. 6th inning, he scores a homer, his 16th home run of the season. Start up next to bat, hits right out to outfield, and Pages misses catch in the gap in the outfield. Start to second base, 0 outs after 2 hitters. Rio Muto up to bat, out on pitches. Sheehan taken out of game on 1 out, 1 on base at second. I think he had about 80 pitches at this time. Vesia, sorry. I don't mean Visio. I am speaking non-English. I am speaking definitely weird today. Vesia. Next picture for the Dodgers. Phillies put up pinch hitter, which to me, I wasn't sure about what that even meant, so I had to look that up. It's like a substitute hitter in place of who would have been up in the line. To face Vesia, who is actually Hill. They're going to put in pinch hitter. Takes strike 1 that looks like ball, so he doesn't challenge. 1-1 on 2 throws. Wild ball for third. Hill walked after 3-1. Count. Crawford up next. Crawford outfield left catch. 2 outs, first and second for Phillies. Turner scores a 3-1 homer on just fair slight homer. It was just in the line for fair, and it was only just out of the field. So yeah, 3-8 Phillies at this point. Schwarber up next, and then he gets out on pitches, I'm pretty sure. 7th inning Dodgers. Boland next pitcher. Freeman hits to catch in the far outfield right, sorry. 1 out quick. Betts up next. 2 singles, 1 run today. And by the end of the match, Betts had like 2 home runs and 1 single. But a few runs, I think. And he got another homer at this point, 4-8 Phillies. Or this was the first homer, I think, at this point, 4-8 Phillies. Then the next few batters for the Dodgers were quick outs. Then 7th inning Phillies. Knack next to pitch. Harper up to bat. Harper hits homer on second pitch. 200th home run for Phillies for Harper. 12th in franchise history. 4-homer night for Phillies so far. 4-9 Phillies. Bohm next up to bat. Strikes out. Marsh up to bat next. Far outfield catch. Marsh out. Start outfield catch. So by this time, Dodgers didn't really have much of a chance, but you'll see later that they get close in the last inning. So we will, I think, by this point, we might jump to the 9th inning. I'm just saying what I've got for my notes for the 8th inning that's anything important. Ohtani had basically not really existent in the whole game, which is just a surprise to everyone, I think. Phillies scored another home run on Hill in the 8th inning, 4-10. I think Turner also, I think they might have scored 2 runs in... Oh, no, yeah, it was just saying... No, they scored 1 home run in the 8th, the Phillies. And Turner had his 200th home run of his career, as well as, what's his name, having his 200th home run for the Phillies, Harper. So they both had their 200th anniversaries of some kind this game. So for the ninth inning for the Dodgers, Shugart pitching first, Pages first to bat, challenge overturned, walk for Pages. Pages already to third from Turner, mistakes on defense again. So it's a running commentary. No outs, first and third for Dodgers. Pages gets the run, first out. So that's now, what was it, 5-10. And then Betts up to bat. Betts 2-run homer. So now Betts has got 3 hits, 2 homers, 1 single. Duran warming up in the bullpen. And then Freeland next to bat. Freeland out on pitches. So you've got 2 outs in the 9th inning. And Duran is randomly coming out. I don't know if this is a Philly thing or something, but he comes out to a tarantula intro. The lights go all out, and there's like fire and everything. It's kind of weird, and I don't understand why Duran had like he just had to get one more out, and he was coming out. It made no sense to me. But anyway, the Phillies ended up winning 7-10 by the end of the game, and that was the first game. The second game was a very low-scoring game and wasn't as interesting to me, honestly. And to be honest, the second game wasn't really as interesting to me. And to be honest, for me, I don't really want to be staying on that much longer to really talk about it. But it was very low scoring. It was just a very defensive game. And the Dodgers ended up winning. I think it was 2-1. Yeah. There was, let me see my notes. Is there anything important to talk about? Let's see. Let's see what I have. There was a 2-run homer from Muncy that made the Dodgers win 2-1. So that was basically the main point as to why the Dodgers ended up winning 2-1. It was basically a Muncy 2-run homer. I think there was an early homer or an early run, maybe a homer from Phillies, and that was really it that was really that important and that noticeable. There was quite a few good defensive plays and maybe pitching, but overall the game wasn't as interesting as the first and third game of the series. Because the Dodgers ended up winning the third game of the series and beat the Phillies 2-1 on the series, 9-5 in the third game. In the third game, Bryce Harper, first inning, Bryce Harper immediate catch on Ohtani. So the first inning went very similar to the first inning for the third game went very similar to the third game went very similar to the first game, honestly. It was back and forth, a lot of runs that were just a lot of inconsistencies in defense and a lot of back and forth home runs and just a lot of offensive play, really. I'd say it was kind of different. It was kind of interesting to see 2 offensive games for the Phillies wins, and then for a Philly win and a Dodger win, and then in the middle, slash between it, was a very defensive game. So overall, it was a very good series, and I'm just sad that the Phillies couldn't beat the Dodgers in the series. So, but I would see this as another possible big game again. So yeah, and maybe even a World Series, possibly. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if they're in the same league or not. I don't really know. I don't know baseball enough to really know. So maybe they're not in the same. Maybe they're in the same league. I don't really know. I don't really have time to look it up.